Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Supernaturals podcast. We're your hosts. That's Jake. I'm Cal. And today, as much as you might think, we'll be talking about the Miami Dolphins or the Miami Heat. Unfortunately for me, we're not. Instead, our story is going to talk about UFOs and shadow figures.
And with that, let's kick off season 3.
And yeah, I'm going here.
If your power goes out, remain.
Welcome to the graveyard.
Everyone in the theater went, oh!
No, I don't smoke cigs.
You can't just sit down and watch it.
Take personal security precautions to avoid becoming a victim of an attack.
This is the Supernaturals podcast on the SPN network.
Welcome, everybody, to our brand new studio. If you can't see it, watch the video because we put a lot of hard work into it. It is really cool. We've changed our look, our feel. Cal and I no longer sit close to each other.
I know.
You know, as the seasons go on, we get farther and farther away. I don't know if that means anything or not, but here we are.
You know what else is crazy? Yeah, we're now a full Cal's shoe size away from each other. That's a size 15 foot right there.
It's a big foot.
So far.
But I mean, look around. There's Miami stuff. We kept the OG candles here.
Yeah.
And our sign.
Yeah.
Our lights.
The Miami stuff will not be here every week. Unfortunately for me, it's very themed episode. So.
We kind of were thinking, wouldn't it be cool if every episode was kind of themed and all our knickknacks and decor across our studio changed throughout the season?
Yeah, especially if we've gone to places like we went to Roswell, as you guys probably know, our season 2 premiere. And we brought home a little knickknacks, so they're in there and stuff like that. Didn't buy knickknacks any of our other on location episodes, but we're going to start doing that, and they'll probably fill up the desk.
Yeah, we got reamed by Cal's mom because she was like, why aren't you buying stuff? Well, it was 2 a.m. I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah. But, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, look at it. Look, we got a little Art the Clown right there. Yeah, it'll be cool. A little fireplace, you know.
Our whole wall is different now. We actually have room. It doesn't feel so cluttered.
It does not feel cluttered.
We have a fireplace.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Everything is new and upgraded here. And what a way to kick it off. I think this season's going to be a really, really fun ride.
Oh, it's going to be spooky, man. Now, that's something that I want to talk about is before we get into our story here. Honestly, the prep for this season has been some of the most fun that I have had working on this project so far. I have been able to, I've had to translate documents from their original language to English in order to figure out certain things, like in certain stories that we have. I've had to look at, files from cases, public domain, obviously, but it's just like old news clippings. I mean, I've really gone into the whole, I felt like I was in a movie half the time, because I'm like, whoa, look at all this cool stuff. And you learn about all these interesting things. And I know that certain people probably, that some of our listeners were probably a little like, I've heard the story of, the Night Stalker before.
Right.
I've heard the story of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
We have told some big stories, obviously.
Exactly.
We're a horror podcast. We felt like we should.
Yeah.
At least get there.
Get those out of the way first, too.
Because now we're going into some more unexplored things.
Yes. So these things are a lot less notable. And I feel like that's going to make, sure, there's some stories in here that I'm sure people know and stuff like that. But it is, I didn't. For sure. And I love this stuff. So I'm hoping that, we can learn together and learn, new things and maybe, just maybe, crack some of these cases, because that still would be the coolest damn thing if one of our listeners,
Like a cold case.
was just like listening to us and they heard like some kind of fact or something and they were like, oh, I know that. I know like what that is and stuff. And they were just like, oh, and then
That would be kind of
cracking
crazy.
the case would
Yeah.
be so cool. But yeah, we have some pretty wild stories this year. Couple things went a little haywire.
As they always do.
As they
always do.
As they do.
There's always some bumps in the road.
Absolutely.
And we just have to be adaptable, which I think we've done a great job with.
Mm-hmm.
And even this studio, it took forever to do. At first we were like, let's do it. And then Cal was like, Jake, are you ever going to do it? I was like, I think so.
I know.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. It took a while, but it's good. We're here. And yeah, I mean,
I think I was about to straight up yell and walk out on Cal when we were building this damn freaking fireplace thing, though.
yeah,
What a struggle. What a struggle. The directions were wrong.
Yeah, they actually were. Some of the pieces were like labeled wrong and stuff, and the whole thing. But
We had to
figured it out.
undo some of it, and
It's all right. Figured it out.
we did, and we adapted.
We adapted.
Moral right here.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, yeah. Welcome to season 3. We have a lot of surprises, for you all coming up this season. And same thing. Season's gonna run through Halloween, so that'll be cool. We also our on location episode. Really, before we start our story, we do want to talk about our on location episodes because we've already done one.
We've got 3.
Yes, we've already done one.
Yep.
And then we're doing 2 more coming up here as of this filming of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing 2 more later on in the middle of the season. And one of them will actually most likely be how we end the season, which would be really cool. And they're all in haunted houses.
Yeah.
And we're also, if you don't follow us on our socials or anything, I probably would go at least check it out because, if you listen, we'll obviously announce it too, but each one of these will have a ghost hunting vlog that goes with it.
That it will.
So that's cool. If you want to see.
Gonna be quite the video, I'd say.
I would say so. And
at least from the first experience we had then. Hopefully the video does it justice of what happened actually.
Yeah.
Because, I watched the footage back and I was still kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's a big thing too. If you guys have listened, Jake is the skeptic. He doesn't
I am.
really believe in this stuff.
Well, here we are in season 3.
And it took us 3 seasons for him to get a little bit.
I'm not fully there, right? But I can't explain some of the things that happened on that ghost vlog that just literally had my jaw to the floor when I heard things that you just shouldn't hear.
Yeah.
It was in another world. It was crazy.
You won't have to wait long for that either. I do believe that it comes out not next episode, but the one after. So episode 3 or 4 or something like that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, towards the end of April, I believe it was.
Yeah, or first week of May or something like that. Whatever it is.
Somewhere around there.
Regardless, yeah, it's a big deal. So.
And welcome to season 3. Get ready for episodes every week.
Mhm.
Once again,
every Wednesday,
you get to hear our beautiful voices.
or look at our beautiful faces. Anyway,
let's kick this off.
And
right?
with that, let's kick off our first story of season 3, everybody. So yes, welcome to this very Miami themed episode of the Supernaturals podcast. We are in our Miami gear because this event did in fact occur in Miami. I know some of you probably thought it occurred in Alaska.
Is that true?
No, I was just making a joke because we're Miami decked out here. So anyway,
am I watching the wrong episode? No, that one's coming. Don't you worry.
It does take place in Miami. So, and I'm not going to lie to you. This story gave me some pretty freaking goosebumps, man. I mean, it's one of the most recent events that we've talked about on the pod. And I think that that's pretty cool. I mean, we've talked a lot of our stories take place in the 70s and things like that, but this is a very recent event. I mean, I'm sure
that I don't really even know that much about,
which is interesting because this I feel like is one of the most notable events in our podcast this year. It's a big like conspiracy theory, but I loved it. I didn't really dive into it until I did some research this year, and I was like, we have to talk about it. We love theories on this show.
That we do.
If you don't know, we definitely like gather facts or, you know, we basically gather the information and we try to connect the dots at the end of the episode.
Like with the smiley face, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And certain things like that. We try to figure out maybe what's going on, give our opinions of things because, I mean, yeah, isn't that what people do when they talk?
Right. If you don't like them, don't listen. Simple.
So anyway, yes, even though, so with it being one of the most recent events, there isn't too much information on it. Like there's information, but there's not like, the case hasn't been out for 50 years where there's just like facts on facts. I mean, I think we have a story coming out later this season where we didn't get any of the actual facts until literally like 30 years later. Like it was a cold case for 30 years. And then finally the files came out and it was like, oh,
wait, that blows my mind.
Crazy, dude.
That is just insane that you have to wait that long before really any sort of discovery comes about.
Yeah. And you guys are going to have to wait almost that long for that episode to come out. I'm kidding. It will be long though. That's towards the end. So like July or something. Anyway. So yeah, with that being said, there's not much information on this. It's kind of like, how we talk about the older events like Comer Dobbin. More information comes out as time goes on, as we just said. We discovered there was a survivor who lived to tell the tale years later, and we discovered that the Russian government was testing a new nerve gas in that area. Both facts that didn't come out until way later. And with these new details, you can learn, as time moves on, you definitely start to get a better understanding of what might have happened. So this story, there is none of that. In fact, there is so much secrecy and discretion that, honestly, in terms of weird things we've talked about, this is one of the top, I would say, like the top tier, like weirdness.
Well, all right.
So before we begin, I want to ask you, Jake, because we have new listeners on this show and they need to know where the host stands on certain supernatural issues. So, Jake,
why do I already know what's coming?
Do you believe in aliens?
Here we go. I believe on season 2, first episode, I told you exactly what I believe and don't believe.
I know, but I said for new people.
Go back and listen to that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Do I believe that they exist? Yeah, I do. Space is so vast. It's just like hard to not believe that there's some other type of living being. I would agree. Intellectual living being out there. Right. I mean, there's a bunch of living things, but yeah. You got to have some sort of consciousness of and awareness of you're that alive, right? And I do believe that's somewhere out there. And then I saw your dad's video, and that blew my mind.
Right. I forgot about that. Oh, shit.
And I'm like, okay, that's the first time I've actually witnessed like a real video.
Yeah.
Like on someone's phone that, like I've seen them online and,
but you think it's fake.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
When I know it's coming from your dad, he's not video editing that.
No, he asked me how to turn the Wi-Fi back on.
Yeah. And then I sit there and I go, holy cow, I can't believe I just watched that with my own eyes.
Right.
It's like the same thing that when we were listening to the EVP and we heard that voice say something when Josh and I asked the question.
Yeah.
It's that exact same feeling. Yeah. You're just like, I cannot believe this.
Yeah.
And it makes you believe a little more each time. Like, until I really am standing face to face with one, then I'll be like, damn, yeah, okay, they're real as hell.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just like, I can believe that they are, right?
See, me on the other hand, I'm a full believer of like humanoid aliens and spacecrafts and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I've seen enough evidence by myself to be like, yeah, that's absolutely that's an alien craft or whatever, and all the secrecy and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I'm all about it. I love aliens. I can't wait till they get announced. Like they're I mean, they technically already have, but whatever. But I don't. I know there's some people that believe aliens, but they think it's just like a plant on another planet because technically that's a living thing.
That's why I said aware of consciousness.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. So, yeah. Well, my next question is, do you believe in portal technology?
Only in cartoons. Like Rick and Morty.
You don't believe in portal technology?
I don't believe that you can transport atoms like that. There's just not to me right now. Scientifically, I don't think that's possible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I do think it would be sick.
It would be sick. You could just be like, oh, I'm walking to the grocery store today, and you just like portal there.
Yeah.
And you're just there.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Or you have just someone shop for you, and through the portal, they just hand you your bags. They don't even have to drive to your house. That's like the technology that would make life really easy. Almost too easy.
Yeah, I agree, right? So my last question is, do you believe that there are things in the universe that we just truly don't understand? Like souls, the afterlife, cosmic understanding?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Even the ocean.
The ocean.
Let's be real. Like, there's some creatures down in the depths that you'd probably know, not most people know, and it's scary to think about. Just like space, right? Mm-hmm. There's so much to space that we don't know. There's galaxies and galaxies outside of the Milky Way. So, and when you think about that, you go, yeah, there's probably something else going on out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. So me personally, I believe in all that stuff. I believe in ghosts, demons, all that jazz. So for me, this story was especially chilling. We'll see how Jake feels with his more grounded take on things, even though it's less grounded than last season.
What can I say? I love being grounded.
So with that, let's begin. New Year's celebration. The date was January 1st, 2024. Yeah. Like 2 years ago.
A little less than. But yeah. Fairly recent.
Yes. People were celebrating the arrival of the new year just like any other, with chaos and loud noises. The semi-cool Florida air held the smell of fire and smoke from the fireworks that were launching since dusk. Sounds of laughter and loud music drifted across the waterfront. But not only were people reigning in the new year with glad tidings, but businesses were as well. One business in particular had more of a wild night than all of the others. Bayside Marketplace, known as a vibrant open-air mall in Biscayne Bay. The mall was full of tourists and locals alike as everyone welcomed 2024. However, sometime after 8:30 p.m., festive noises turned into chaos. People who were celebrating just moments before were now sprinting away from the area. Each one described a sudden incident near the central courtyard. Fireworks started exploding too close to the crowd. People ran, screams echoing as palm trees swayed in the night. And within minutes, police vehicles flooded the scene, red and blue lights reflecting off the waterfront like Christmas lights. By the time officers arrived at Bayside Marketplace, over 50 teenagers were reportedly involved in what was later described by police as a large disturbance. Apparently some fighting, and there was, some launching of fireworks. Regular shoppers mistook those fireworks as gunshots and immediately took cover or ran away. Multiple families hid within restaurants and stores waiting for the chaos to end. While it seemed just like a major miscommunication, what happened next is what made this incident unlike anything we have ever seen before. So far, what are your thoughts?
Kind of unexplained right now. I'm kind of anticipating.
You just chalk it up to fireworks
Yeah, I mean,
going off.
It could be.
Bunch of teenagers, screwing around. You could.
Maybe.
You could chalk it up to that for sure. For now. So the official story. Obviously, when something this crazy happens, there's going to be rumors and theories swarming around the public. But what's the official story? Those that we trust to be in charge of our safety, what did they say about this incident? This event where it seemed like every officer in Miami showed up.
That's a little weird.
Brother, you got to watch the film. I wish we could just pull it up. We probably could, but we'd have to tag a TikTok or something. But there's footage of like people looking out their hotel rooms and stuff. Every cop in Miami was there, like lined up for like a whole block, just lights. Insane. And you're telling me they're going to do that for some fireworks?
Nah. Usually a couple can handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So according to the Miami Police Department, the night was nothing more than a chaotic New Year disturbance. And there were no signs of shots fired. Nobody was hurt. That's it. And as we'll dive into the theories and rumors here in a second, it's important to note that the Miami police chief, Manuel Morales, took to social media to set the record straight. There were no cover-ups, he said. It was simply a group of juveniles setting off fireworks and causing a commotion. News outlets like NBC Miami, CBS News, and The Independent all echoed the same thing Morales said. The story being that police responded to teenagers causing trouble, rumors spiraled out of control, and that was the end of it. Except, well, that wasn't the end of it. You got something to say?
Let me hold my thought for.
No, go ahead, say it.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
I just think it's so odd that you have so many cops and they're just like, it's just kids.
Yeah.
It just doesn't add up in my head.
No, that's the first like big red flag.
Here's the thing. I did some hooligan stuff back in my young days in high school, right? I've set off fireworks in a neighborhood before. And usually what happens is one cop comes and checks out what's going on and goes and tries to shut it down, right? If they can or whatever. If they really need some help, they might call for a second car. Not whole blocks of cops.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
It is weird.
What's going on here?
Things get weirder. The footage. Within hours of the event, videos began to surface online. Grainy clips filled on smartphones, shaky low-light footage filled with confusion. I mean, there were hundreds of people there. And in a day where everyone films everything, there has to be video footage of this incident, right?
See, that's what I was thinking. Everyone's got their phone. They record the craziest stuff online. 100%.
Yep. Well, one video in particular caught fire across TikTok and Reddit. It showed police lights flashing in the distance, and behind a cluster of palm trees stood a tall, dark silhouette slowly moving across the courtyard. The thing looked humanoid. It had long arms and an elongated body, and according to some, it stood at least 8 to 10 feet tall. The figure appeared only for a moment before vanishing behind part of the building. And with this video going around, the internet did what it always does. It filled in the blanks.
Was there an accusation of faking?
Of the thing?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Not right now. This was at like immediate. So when everybody's posting stuff, this video is one that like they put, I mean, if you can easily be like, yeah, I'm going to film this thing and just like quickly throw this freaky looking thing in there.
I mean, people are good at video editing nowadays.
I understand, but to get it out there that fast, it's a little interesting. Plus it was kind of grainy. I've seen the video. You can see the video. It's on there. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying people can do that.
And I still am like not sold too much on this particular video, but it is one that it's strange. It's like it looks like a big shadow.
Yeah.
What is that? You know, and it's like, okay, maybe it's
definitely
the
begs for
shadow
questions,
of
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's the point. So the birth of a legend. Within a day, theories were everywhere. Most people wondered why such a large police presence was called to the Bayside marketplace. But once the video of that thing went viral, the story changed. It was realized that the police weren't responding to teenagers. They were containing something, a creature, something that wasn't human. And of course, when it comes to Reddit, people take shit very seriously. And these Reddit threads are no different. Users dissected every frame of that video, adjusting brightness, slowing the footage, tracing outlines. A few of them said that there wasn't just one creature involved. There were 3, maybe 4 tall, slender silhouettes moving among the flashing lights.
Wild. Redditors never cease to amaze me.
Really quick tangent. We've said this before. If the police are trying to like solve a case, I actually think they should give Redditors a chance to solve the case, because people on Reddit will solve that shit. It's so crazy. People are so good at the internet. It's like, it's insane.
They can find out things so fast.
So fast. It's so crazy.
And then you're just like, holy cow.
Yeah.
You're doing way better than like a detective would.
Exactly.
In a case like this.
Exactly. Some crusty old detective who doesn't know how to work a phone. And there's just some dude on Reddit who's like, I know.
And not discrediting detectives at all. It's just like there are times where digital footprints are really easy to find for people.
Yeah.
So it does kind of make sense that a Reddit person can find that pretty fast. Whereas a detective, it may take them a little longer. You know, Reddit users, they're probably pretty good on the internet.
They're probably always on the internet. That's why, you know what I mean? So it's like,
You know, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They zoom in.
That's what I'm saying. Is
The
they're
geolocator
tracing
guy.
all this stuff. So, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So other witnesses of the event had come out and claimed that they saw a blue flash over the bay around the same time. This was on the outside of the marketplace, like outside the limits on the walkway and stuff. It was described as a light that briefly illuminated the sky before disappearing. A few conspiracy accounts on Reddit suggested that this blue light was actually a portal. Some others said that it could be a tear between dimensions. Interesting theory. While I don't believe the theory entirely that it was a different dimension or anything, the fact that there was this big blue light in the sky that multiple people saw and then it was followed up by this crazy event at Bayside, I mean, that's a pretty wild coincidence, right?
I would say so.
And I've seen UFOs before. I don't know if we have any new viewers. I'm sure we're going to have new viewers on this season. So, but yeah, I mean, I've seen, as Jake said before, there's my dad caught a UFO with a searchlight shining around my neighborhood. And as I said before, I mean, no offense, Dad, I know you're probably listening, but you know, you need help when when the TV audio is wrong. So I don't think you'd be faking any kind of video like that. Also, the way he called me that night and was
and the way he then hung up and then didn't answer.
Dude, it was crazy.
You're like, what's
I was
going
like,
on?
Dad? No, but it's insane. And when you see something like this, I mean, it truly takes your breath away. Yeah. So I had this old girlfriend, and I remember, we live out in this old, little
Small town,
a lot of trees and stuff. And I remember there was one night I was coming home from her house, and I was just, I don't know, it was a good night. I had my window rolled down, and I was just looking up in the sky, just feeling the wind in my hair. And as I look up, I see this big ass orange light, bigger than I've ever seen. And I grew up in the country, so I got hella stars and stuff. I know what's if there's something weird in the sky, I know, I see it. And this was a big ass orange, just orb in the sky. And I was like, what the? And I swear I kept watching it. I was like, this is so interesting. And all of a sudden it just did this little little shake thing, and it zipped off. And I remember sitting there going, holy shit, what? Oh my God, craziest thing. And yeah, so anyway, I know that when you see something like that, it's truly, truly chilling, I would say. It's a bit shocking, but also beautiful because you're like, wow, that made me feel so small. Whatever it was, that made me realize something else was going on. So if I had seen that glowing orb, in the sky of what I just talked about, and then suddenly some crazy event happened nearby and people were talking about aliens, I would have thought back to that orb and been like, yeah, those are aliens.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I don't think that there's a problem with connecting the two. The orb that people saw on the boardwalk or whatever, and then the shadow people or
Mhm.
whatever. Right.
Yeah. If I was in that situation, I would be so obsessed with trying to find out more and more information and trying to see all other people's videos.
Yeah.
I'm curious on what else came from all this besides theories. There's got to be a little bit more
So anyway,
to help. We're finding the puzzle pieces here, but what's the big picture?
so that's what I'm saying is there is none. There's not one. The police, this next sentence here, I literally was going to say authorities, of course, denied all these claims. But every denial only seemed to make the legend grow stronger. Yeah. So with that, let's dive into some of the theories. Theory 1, the Giants. And no, I'm not talking the New York team or the Giants from San Francisco. The most popular theory said that these were giant shadow beings, not aliens exactly, but were instead entities that exist just outside of our visible spectrum. Some believe that some believers connected them to the legends of the Nephilim, which, according to an ancient Hebrew legend, they are giants that were said to have fallen to earth.
Interesting.
Very cosmic theory.
I've never actually thought about a being not registering to the human eye like that.
Exactly.
I've never once thought that. I would be like, oh, we're always able to see stuff.
Well, it's like
but
a
it's
ghost.
the same. Well, true, but sometimes they reveal themselves and you can see like them more clearly or not. Maybe they're shadows, maybe they're full,
Yeah.
Just presence in front of your face that look human.
You have no idea.
That's crazy. It's the same way though with the human can't see every color that's out there.
Yeah,
too.
there's that shrimp that can see 35,000 colors or something
It's
more than us, and
crazy.
it's like how you our mind can't comprehend that there's more colors.
Yeah.
Just like a dog, right? They see gray and blue and stuff. It's like they wouldn't know what the color aqua is.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they have no idea what that is. Isn't it so interesting?
It is. It's crazy.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying with our eyes just don't see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, in this telling with the Nephilim, the chaos at the Bayside marketplace was a coincidence, or perhaps not. Maybe the fireworks weren't the cause of the panic, but the thing that triggered and revealed these beings in the first place. Interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Theory 2, the portal by the bay. Users on Reddit decided to examine Bayside Marketplace's location. It was right on the water, literally sits along the edge of Biscayne Bay. This is a place where, according to Reddit users, the folklore tells of this bay being a place where the veil between worlds is thin. Now, I didn't really buy this when I read it, so I did some research into Biscayne Bay, and what I found surprised even me. Biscayne Bay has a lot of folklore to it, which it's insane, actually. Going back to the age of pirates, a ghostly ship was seen sitting on the bay on multiple occasions, disappearing every time somebody got too close. There have also been hundreds of sightings of strange lights floating above or below the waters of the bay dating back to the 1800s. So weirdly, it seems that this Bayside incident isn't the first weird thing to happen on Biscayne Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Interesting.
right? Pretty wild. So some stories claim that the blue flash that several witnesses mentioned wasn't fireworks at all, but the opening of a dimensional rift. The tall shapes seen in the footage weren't from another galaxy or planet, but in fact from another plane. One online user wrote, "You can see them shimmer, like the air's bending around them. That's not a shadow, that's something phasing in." Users then claimed the government quickly sealed off the area, locking it down in a brief amount of time. And, by the way, here's the biggest thing. When you were saying like, oh yeah, somebody must have caught something on footage or something like that. Security footage was erased.
That's weird.
Security footage was erased. Not only that, this is one of the craziest things. There were certain people who said they had footage of certain things. They were like, oh my God, dude, I caught something on camera. Then following like day or before they could post
It's no
something,
longer
it's
on their
not on
phone.
their camera roll.
That's weird.
Yeah. So when you have those kinds of theories, obviously you can fake that. You can be like, dude, you hear all the hype and you go, oh, maybe I can get some virality from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, oh, okay, it's, I can get some hype because I saw something and you're trying to, but if that's an actual truth, you recorded something and
you
it's
go
just
to
gone.
look it up again and it's just not there.
Dude.
That would be very strange. The security cam thing is just like, that's so weird.
Yep.
It's like, obviously you're hiding something if you're deleting footage. Come
Yeah.
on.
And I know a lot of security camera footage of incidents and stuff like, online and things like that. After a crime, it'll get published.
Mhm.
If, the case is already done and stuff. There's some tragic events recently. I remember that they released the footage online. And yeah, I mean, you see all of it. And so if this is just fireworks and things like that, there's no footage of kids playing with fireworks. There's no footage of
Right.
kids fighting. There's
and
no
you could
footage.
easily just show that if you had the footage.
Exactly.
Right.
But the police are trying to say, we don't have to show it because like, why would you need to see that? It's just like some kids playing around with fireworks. It's like, if you want to put the rumors to rest, because obviously this created a firestorm of theories and rumors and stuff. Why not release the footage of kids playing with fireworks just to at least like lower the rumors? Now we have this massive rabbit hole that people are diving in.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just fishy to me.
Yeah. It's strange. Very strange.
Yes.
Strange behavior for sure.
So theory number 3, the cover up. There were those online that felt this was too strange to be anything other than a military test gone wrong. According to this theory, the military personnel were testing teleportation using technology that we received from these shadow beings. We ended up actually teleporting these beings into the Bayside Mall by accident. The teenagers, by sheer bad luck, stumbled into the experiment, triggering a response. The cover story, a juvenile disturbance.
It's like a new season of Stranger Things going on right now.
It might seem like it doesn't make sense until you really think about it. I feel like something went down at the mall that night, from the blue UFO that people saw moments before the event to the eyewitnesses that came forward saying that this wasn't mere like any fireworks. Users on Reddit also said that even if kids were fighting, like, where are all those videos at? If there's a fight, I mean, at least by how I was growing up, if there's a fight, everybody's recording the fight. There's not a single video online of the kids fighting. So where's that at? Also, like we said, where are the videos of the fireworks? That's because there are none.
Yeah, things aren't adding up here. That's for sure.
Internet detectives, which is what I'm going to call people on Reddit because that's what they are, scoured the web for videos posted that are dated January 1st, 2024, but little to no results came up from that area. This led users to believe that everyone involved was forced to either delete what they saw that night or they were forced not to talk about it. And as I said before, certain people also had their stuff erased before they even were able to look at it. So pretty interesting. It's a theory that has just enough government paranoia to stick and just enough absence of proof to make it unnerving.
Sure does. Because they're like modifying people's personal things.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, It's a little strange that the government would do that. But to hide something, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. Because you don't want to cause mass craze, right?
Yeah.
At all.
Mhm.
Because then if it got out even farther than just the city, then you're going to have a lot of people breathing down your neck.
That you will. Theory number 4, the human element. We have now arrived at the final theory that we're going to be talking about. One I'm sure that Jake will love. Theory states that nothing otherworldly happened at all. The tall figures were actually tricks of perspective. Maybe they were shadows cast by palm trees, people, or even the camera's motion blur. The blue light that people saw, a reflection of fireworks against the bay's reflective water. What do you think, Jake? Is that your favorite theory, or?
It's a good one. It's a good one. I mean, you never know. It could be. It could not be.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've actually not even seen footage of anything anyways, but
I'll show you after this.
yeah, I don't know. It's the blue light thing is pretty interesting. I don't believe the rift theory either.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe it was nothing. Because it's just like there's too many weird things that are aligning in such a way that you're like, oh, come on. Any person should be like, this is kind of strange, right?
Yes, I would agree. So here's the thing. To me, it doesn't really explain how so many people, dozens, if not hundreds, became convinced that they saw something that seemed impossible. But maybe that's the real mystery here. Maybe the Bayside incident wasn't about aliens or portals or government secrets. Maybe it was about how, in a world ruled by screens and shaky footage, belief spreads faster than facts.
Which is true.
So.
It's true. One person could just be like, oh my God, that was something. And then if you have people jump on that train, it just kind of explodes and blossoms out.
That it does. So.
What an interesting topic.
Right?
It's quite crazy that I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Like at all. I don't even know what I was doing January in 24, to be honest. I have no idea.
Was that the 1 year?
Was I in Texas? I don't know.
23 to 24? 24 was not. No, that was 20.
I don't remember what I was doing, to be honest.
I think 20. That might have been the year that. Anyway, never mind. All right. So the aftermath. A few days later, Bayside Marketplace reopened as if nothing happened. Police wrapped up their report. The teenagers were arrested, or the teenagers that were arrested were released. But online, the story still refuses to die. There's still YouTube videos that have titles like Miami Giants Caught on Tape and The Night They Came to the Bay. There's still TikToks being posted about the event. And of course, there's still podcast episodes that discuss the event.
So one thing, one thing that leads me maybe to the more grounded thing is if they truly wanted to delete everything, they would be able to scrub the internet and get all those videos off.
Yeah, I think though, the biggest one. So I think
what
they
I mean,
leave. Well, I feel like you'd want to leave a few. The ones that don't catch anything.
Yeah.
You want to leave those on there just in case, because then it looks like you did do something. Like, I feel like they scrub just enough to where it's not like a crazy story, but it's also like, okay, where are all the other videos?
Yeah, I could see that too.
And the one with the shadow dude or whatever, that one was immediately posted on news outlets, and they even talked about it on news channels and things like that. Once that's out there, it's like, okay, that's out there. You can't really
take down news,
Yeah.
but
So, I mean, I don't know.
but you can delete the VODs.
What I think is if you catch something out there, you should immediately tag a news outlet. You should immediately send it to a news outlet. Therefore, people will be able to see it. Because I don't think the government's going to be able to shut that down if that's, like you said, once the news gets it, they can just post it.
I mean, we do know that the news could be approached by some people in suits to not post things.
It's true. But how would they know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how would they know that you have the video? They might all know. They might know what you're looking at on your phone.
They do.
They do. Jake, clear your browser history. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I think somewhere in all that noise, amid the pixels, hysteria, and sense of fear, lies something stranger than fiction. A single haunting question that keeps people awake long after the lights go out. What if the theories are true?
They might be.
And if they are, I mean, what would you do? Just keep living your life?
Yeah, it truly doesn't affect me in my day to day. Is it interesting? Yeah. I mean, who knows? Could it happen again? Possibly.
It's creepy though.
It is. If it were true.
If it were true, it makes you feel like, to me, I think the scariest part about it is not really per se that there's like other beings and stuff, because I believe that already. But I think it's the fact that like, it's like, you know how much it makes you feel like there's just so much
you don't know.
You don't know.
And how much is hidden from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you think like, while I'm sitting here playing Fortnite or something, there's a scientist somewhere that's learning about how to make a freaking portal.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, maybe there's like a shadow being that's in the room watching me get victory royales. You know, I don't know. It's crazy.
When you truly take a step back and look at it from a broader perspective, there's so much to the world that you just don't know.
Yeah.
And if you do know, you probably can't talk about it.
Yeah. True.
Right.
Yeah.
You sign some sort of NDA, or it's just different level of classification to public knowledge that you just can't.
It's haunting to think about though.
Yeah.
So,
but at the same time, sometimes it's better that people don't know.
Yeah. I disagree. I think
people are curious. Yes. But,
well,
and to be fair, if people were to know about aliens, it would become like, or if like it was like completely justified and proven, and there was a news outlet that showed like, hey, this is an alien, here's someone talking to him, interview style, right?
Yeah.
People would be like, oh wow, that was kind of crazy, and then move on.
See, that's why I feel like they should announce like, here's all the alien stuff, because it's like, I feel like, yeah, you might get a couple like crazy people that are like, oh my God, the world's ending. But at the same time, it's like, if we've known since freaking Roswell that we got aliens and stuff, like, I feel like you just, in your conference or whatever, you'd have to be like, hey, aliens have been here for a long time and you're fine. You're going to keep being fine. You're going to keep being okay.
Yeah.
But here's just some knowledge. Just know, like, we're not alone in the universe. In my opinion, it would make me feel less alone in the universe.
Yeah, but you can't get to them.
Well, they can get to us. So I don't know.
True.
But think about, like, I always think about it. You know, when I love space. I love space. I love learning about space and stuff. Like, there's just this black hole that's just like actually traveling through like our galaxy or something at like, I don't know, 250 million miles per hour or something like that. It's insane. It's just like, it's a traveling black hole and it's like spewing out light. It's crazy. And that's like so haunting because it's like, we're just like a little tiny ball of dirt and water. And yeah, I mean, in this giant universe, being alone in that is a bit of a freaky thought. It also makes me realize that, like, why am I getting taxed? There's black holes.
And we're out.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but It just
we'll
feels like
leave you with this thought. The world as we know it is small.
Yeah.
But if you truly think about it, we are small.
Yeah.
It's a small world, but we're on that small world. you know? That's how I think of it, is like you run into so many people you know randomly all the time.
Don't I
right?
know it? Yeah.
Or you might meet someone and then you see them again and again. Or you might move somewhere randomly and you run into someone back from your past.
Yeah.
You thought you'd never see them again.
Yeah.
But it's true. We are on a speck.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, if you are out there and you're struggling with any kind of problems and it feels like the world is just ending, weirdly thinking about space and stuff, it makes those problems feel like obsolete. At least it does for me. I remember I love hiking. We live in Colorado, so I love going on hikes and stuff. And when I'm at the top of a mountain and you're just kind of sitting there drinking a brewski because you just summited and you're just sitting there, it's like the only problem in the world right there is just like, it's nothing. Like I climbed this mountain that has been here for thousands of years, and it will continue to be here for thousands of years. There will be hundreds, if not millions of people that are going to be in that spot where I am sitting right now until however long the world is alive, or if up until somebody blew up the mountain or something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, yeah, it just makes you feel like, you know what, my problems really aren't that bad.
Insignificant.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you're not insignificant. I'm saying like your problems are.
Right. Yes.
Right. Because like, okay, it just means that, you know, we should try to enjoy our lives. We don't know what's going on. There could be shadow people walking around, dude. There could be teleportation
that you can't
stuff
see.
that you can't see. There could be dimensional rifts cracking through.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting here and I'm like, the only dimensional rift I want to jump through is in Fortnite. Let's go to Pleasant Park, baby. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, what an interesting topic, though.
Yeah, right? Did you like that one?
It did.
It's pretty interesting.
It definitely makes your mind think, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Nobody died in that one, which is
Yeah.
cool because, you know, we usually talk about somebody dying.
Yeah, very true. Starting a little light to begin the season, a little cosmic-y.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so there you go.
Welcome to season 3, guys. Get ready, buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. That's all I could say.
And new episodes released from now till Halloween. And not only that, we will have short films. We already have short films out. So if you want to go see those, check those out. We do trailer reactions when it comes to horror projects. We do a whole bunch of stuff. So check us out, SPN Productions on YouTube. If you have a horror script, short film horror script is kind of what we're focusing on right now. But if you have a short film horror script and you want to see it get made, please reach out to us in our submissions. Check that out. We would love to bring your project to screen and share it with the rest of the audience. And yeah, with that being said, you got anything else to add?
Nope. I am just ready to eat some food.
Fair enough. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's episode, and we will see you around the graveyard.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Supernaturals. Be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms. See you around the graveyard.